Previously on Capricinella. You realize you're going to be moving to just a few hundred feet in a few days. Okay. Yeah. But, you know... Yeah. I gotta update everything. You know that, right, Caprice? Yeah? It's gonna be okay. Gonna be alright.
Yeah.
Yay!
Your work not done.
When are you gonna get that field, Wade?
This year, the police will have their
Last time I moved, you didn't.
as the number of students increases.
Everything is packed. Just gotta get these out of the closets. Well, Caprice, you have to understand, there were some things that just weren't available at the time. I've got a long way to go, got a lot of work to do, and I'm getting very close.
That could be a problem.
Doesn't that look a lot better, Ella?
Yeah.
Still a mess. And my computer decided to update last night. Hey, Caprice. You wanna play with Ella? You wanna play with Ella, Caprice? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Looks a lot better now that the shower curtains are up. Being pregnant and giving birth is what makes women and transgendered men mothers. Sperm is what makes men and transgendered women fathers.
I'm trying to do this without a cane. And, yeah. Man. So yeah, I just donated a lot of items to Goodwill on East State Boulevard.
This is one of those times where I wish my dad was still here and my mom wasn't so busy.
They don't have what I want available. About to make $5 for this. I bought an app I've had for 10 years. I tell you, I would never thought I'd ever see a day when I would see one of these go for $1.42. And some of you are going to notice that I'm wearing a winter hat. And the reason why this is for me to avoid that dreaded maintenance supervisor. There's still some work still to be done, and things are returning to normal. And in fact, I just today I hung up a retired shirt.
And now, the conclusion of Breaking Boiling Point 2. A Renter's Revenge.
Well, a year ago, almost a year ago, I was right here asking for help for this then pending move from Black Pine Flats to Gulfview Apartments. Since then, well, I can tell you I did get the funds in September of that year. But by then, the damage is already done. And I'm dealing with the damage. Because someone didn't do things right the first time. And it took me nearly 8 months to finally fix. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, so there's going to be someone to blame. And if someone had known that I was going to end up getting injured, had someone known that I was going to be disabled, I can't walk too well like I used to, then there would have been a much pleasanter outcome. But I am annoyed. I am annoyed and very irritated. That took that long to finally get resolved. And a lot of things that had to be considered. And a lot of factors had to be put in. But getting the right equipment does cost a lot of money. And it's not like I'm spending money I don't have or living beyond my means. It's not like that. I'm just doing what I know is right. And if people don't like it, tough luck. But do not criticize or bully me about it. Because that's not going to get you anywhere. Only thing that's going to land you is in jail, if need be, or a restraining order. Likely a cease and desist letter. And they are bad. Well, I wish I could say things are going pretty good, but they aren't. At least financially. And I sure as hell don't like having to make arrangements, but it's the reality. The reality is that I have certain rules and obligations I must comply by, and some of those do cost money. And it's money that I really do not have at this time. So, and getting the right things are sure as expensive as hell. And that's unfortunate. It does boil down to money, and lots of it. Traffic is... come on. Yeah, you got me. I'm crossing Ludwig and heading to Lowe's. And to be honest with you, I've been to all 3 Fort Wayne Lowe's locations, plus the one in Marion. And very rarely I make a mistake and have to make a return. So I'm returning something I thought would help by a recommendation. Turns out not to be the case. So I'm basically right in the wrong. And this is something I have noticed more recently in Fort Wayne. It's one of those, I want to say golf carts, but yeah, that's what they are. So I'm not going to rule this out because there are ordinances that I know of that allows golf carts to be in municipalities like Fort Wayne. And before I moved to Fort Wayne, there was a golf cart ordinance in Gas City, and I know it's still there. But one of these will set me back about $10,000. Yep.
Everybody's reactions were very quick. It was very quick responses.
Exclusive video from inside Glenbrook Square Mall shows people running after they heard gunshots fired. Police responding just as quickly, and tonight we can report there is no longer a threat to the public. We're following breaking news for you right now at 6. I'm Brian McElhat.
And I'm Mabel Stewart. One person was shot inside Glenbrook Mall this afternoon as police were shopping. And we have team coverage tonight. 21 Alive's Tyler Brummett has the very latest on what police say happened. And our Taylor Williams has reaction from people who were inside the mall at the time the shooting happened. We'll get to her in just moments, but first let's check in with our Tyler Brummett. Tyler, police now saying the suspect is still on the loose.
Yeah, Kayla, good evening to you. Obviously, a bit of a chaotic scene, but as we have been telling you all about this afternoon into the evening hours, the person who police say did this apparently called dispatch and actually told them that he was the one who did this, but he has not yet turned himself in, so that's different than what we were originally told from police. I do want to step out of the way just to give you a better look at the scene. Again, we are not even 3 hours after those initial calls came in. It's a much calmer scene out here, but I want to take you through what we know. This all happened in a common area near H&M. Portland police say they were called here just before 3:30 on reports of gunshots. They say the callers told dispatchers they heard 3 or 4 gunshots, and when officers got here, they actually found a man who had been shot in the leg. Investigators say he was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Please tell me the person who fired those shots, again, called dispatch and told the dispatcher that he was the one who fired the gun, but he has not turned himself in. So that's what we have been told. And again, we're going to stay on top of this. We don't know the name of that person, but police told us they tried to get here as quick as they could.
Yeah, this is a sad day here in Fort Wayne.
Regardless of where that might be or what's happening, we take that very seriously. We work very quickly to respond to such an incident. Being somewhere like the mall is a very public, very crowded place, so we get more information, we get it faster. Another thing that exists is that we have a lot of officers that do work in this area that are very close and can respond very quickly.
A lot of what ifs.
It is quiet out here. But again, police telling us tonight, do not come here to Glenbrook Square Mall because of the fact that they will be closed for the rest of the evening. But as far as tomorrow, we don't know exactly what tomorrow will look like, if they will be open here. So again, stay with 21 Alive News. We will continue to bring you the very latest. But for now, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Tyler, we just have an update on the mall hours. As you said, closed for the rest of the evening tonight. And then tomorrow, the managers are reopening the mall, normal business hours tomorrow. So that is the latest we're hearing from authorities right now. Tyler, thank you very much. A store owner inside the mall made it.
Ashton.
Mark Schmitz owns an arcade inside the mall near the food court and tells me he was initially confused about what was happening. In the security footage Schmitz shared with 21 Alive, people can be seen in the alley fleeing down the hallways. That's obviously not the correct video you see there. The people inside his arcade then bolted. That's when Schmitz says he heard people shouting that there was a shooter. He tells me police with guns at hand eventually arrived to search through the mall. Schmitz shut down his arcade and got out as fast as he could. He says he was worried that something like this would eventually happen at the mall.
Been working at the mall for about a year and a half, and I seen a couple of flyers come through that they were preparing for something like that if it ever did happen. But honestly, I just figured it was only a matter of time.
Schmitz also told me he has never been in a situation with mass panic like this before, but is only a little shaken by what happened. Now, coming up later, you will also hear from two witnesses I talked to who were inside H&M when the shots rang out. But for now, Ashton Hackman, 21 Alive News.
All right, Ashton, thank you very much for that. We want to continue our team coverage tonight and check in with 21 Alive's Taylor Williams. She's live on the scene for us this evening. Taylor, what are you learning?
Well, the scene has definitely died down, and the people I've talked with today who were coming out of the mall are frustrated. They were scared, and they're honestly just wanting to know why this happened. I'm going to step out of the way. There are actually people still trying to get into the mall and actually shop, but again, like Tyler said, the mall is closed. Now, those coming out of the mall during
That's a
the
shame.
chaos said they
Well,
were scared
Caprice.
and confused about what was happening. One
And
person
Ella.
told me he thought he heard what he described as
This
fireworks.
is a new reality.
Gunfire. Several were
It's what
running
happens when
on their ways to their cars. Others were visual.
It's what happens when people
emotional as they were coming out. Others
use
were
guns to
wondering
solve
why
disputes.
exactly this happened. And we did speak with a group of teens who helped tie a tourniquet on the victim and helped evacuate others.
Yeah. Today is kind of a sad day, Ava.
Been working at the mall for about a year and a half, and
I know.
That it happened so close to the mall, like so close to just like the fact that it was a shooting.
Like, this is a kid's place we're right
This is
next
like-
to, you know? Like,
yeah.
for that to happen, you know?
That happened right across from just like a place where a bunch of kids go to have fun.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not gonna feel the same for a while.
Damn.
We did cover their faces just because they are still nervous about the guy who is still at large. And as I stand, we're still seeing several callers drive by and look. But again, the mall is closed. You cannot come in and shop. And we do not know exactly when it will reopen. But we do know that what happened today will stay on the minds and in the lives of those who witnessed this scene forever.
Yep.
Okay, Taylor, we appreciate that. So folks at home, bear with us as we deal with some technical difficulties while we navigate this breaking news story. Taylor, we appreciate it there from you. Thank you. Now, in summary, the mall is secure now. We can tell you that. We are working through it more as police investigate and we hear more from witnesses, see more of that video. We will bring you those details as they come in on air, online, and on the 21 Live News app.
Yeah, I wonder why Wonder what happened at that mall today.
Well, there was a shooting. Probably a dispute. But it's something I do not know. But, yeah, it was kind of scary. Caprice? What? Yeah. To say the least. This is really a fucking sad day in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I know, Caprice. It's not like 9/11. But it is a dark day in Fort Wayne. Bring this video here.
They all said you were stuck in here.
Am I hearing this right?
Unfortunately, Ava, you did hear it right. Hank and I really laid down what's acceptable behavior and what's not.
Ava, I know you really wanted to nail him, but we didn't see him breaking the law, and it is only a matter of time before he can break the law. But George and I did give him a piece of our penises, and it just goes to show, if people don't like the way you do things, that's too bad.
Liar, liar. Pants and our bras on fire.
So I'm reviewing footage from my Ring doorbell.
We do know that he basically lied to you. Put a pair of the guy's pants on the grill, put some lighter fluid on them, strike a match and blame.
But you know, I was thinking, what the fuck happened to the days when a guy does something like that to a tenant, and a bunch of you guys and transgender girls get together and just go kick his fucking ass?
And what I am seeing is...
Carly, you know, George or I could arrest you just for saying that. It doesn't matter what the maintenance guy has done, it's still arson no matter how you see it. Possibly even against City of Fort Wayne ordinance.
It does matter what he's fucking done.
These kinds of maintenance guys don't change.
You think they ever suddenly wake up and realize the error of their ways and clean up their goddamn act? No.
They just keep ruining everyone's lives, and the world is better off without those motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
Alright, look. I'm just gonna do it, okay? I'm just gonna puff my tail, growl, and hiss straight at him before he even knows what's going on behind him.
How could I have been wrong this time? I don't know.
Kind of like a cat on Human Attack.
Maybe Ella was onto something and she barked her head off. I tell you, I just don't like the son of a bitch.
I don't know about you, Black Cat.
It's unfortunate that Caprice, Ella, George, and I have to deal with this dick.
You know, if he had any balls, he'd change his fucking ways, especially around female and transgender females, and could settle this out like grown men would do.
Given the nature of what happened on April 13th, I don't think I would want him anywhere near my home. Now 25 feet maybe. Now within a 25 feet distance is okay. Well folks, things have become very bad as I expected. In fact, just today, the 12th of July, 2023, for the first time since I've had Caprice and Ella, as well as the first time in 3 years, I did go to a food pantry. And I've been going to, and this is something that dates back to 2004, when I lived in Marion. And some food pantries are not vegetarian friendly. And when it happens, and thank goodness for Caprice and Ella, at least any meat I do buy does not go to waste. And other times I just redonate the can with meat. And this upcoming March is going to mark 10 years since I've became a vegetarian. And thank goodness that there are a buttload of vegetarian options here in Fort Wayne, unlike Marion. Well, I did go to Kroger, get some vegetarian meat. And the vegetarian hot dogs. And even though most of them were on sale, per se, they still cost only about, $12. And I had almost $12 in the bank. Now about less than $2. So, of course, I'm, to say the least, disappointed, or should I say disappointed, but I'm just doing what needs to be done, and some folks in Marion never really got that. Some people thought they knew me when they really did not. That's part of the reason why I left Marion. And another reason, well, I can tell you, there are a few reasons why I left Marion and now reside in Fort Wayne. And by the time you're watching this, it'll be almost 15 years since the Wish TV Bright House dispute began. And look what happened. Look at the end result. That was the beginning of the end of yours truly and Marion. And I did everything I could do to get what I need in Marion, but that unfortunately did not happen. And another reason why I left Marion is also the reason why I'll be graduating from Ivy Tech in December. And hopefully either go to Purdue Fort Wayne or return to IWU, which, to my surprise, and this is kind of awkward, because in 2001, when I attended IWU, I exposed what eventually became the IWU housing policy. And part of the reason it was just as simple as that. IWU just didn't care about their commuter students. And I ended up paying the price for 16 years. And I'm still paying for it. Even though I'm still in debt consolidation, which was one condition when I moved to Fort Wayne, and that has taken a big chunk of my paycheck. But it'll be over in almost 18 months. Well, it's starting to get dark. I've got Caprice and Al waiting on me.
Hey, Caprice, what you doing? I don't know. Well, I know, sure is late. You're right, it is 11 o'clock. Yeah.
yeah, kitty. Hey. Hey, kitty. I don't know. I just want to relax. I'm a cat. Well, I'd say the hard part's already is pretty much over. Yeah? Yeah. Right. Well. Yeah. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Tired. Let's want to lay down. Well, I'm gonna lay there in just a few moments, okay, Ella? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Well. Jesus. Yeah. Hey, what is your deal? Cat playing too rough with you? No, I'm playing too rough with her. Stop it, Ella. You're being a bad kitty. You're being a bad, bad kitty. You are being a bad, bad kitty. You're being a bad kitty, cat. Hey. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, don't. Don't. Hey. Don't touch both of you. Hey. Stop. Hey, you look at it and spit at you. And led the last time. What is your deal today, Caprice? What is your deal? I don't know. Hey. I should tell you. Just don't tell me anything bad, Ava. Because I'm not in the fucking mood. Well, Caprice. Last night, while I was smoking outside, there was another cat. Right up the floor above us. Probably Jackson. No, it was not Jackson. It was, oh, likely one of our neighbors. Okay, it's news to me. Huh. Well, I can tell you one thing, you're not gonna get wet food today. Shit. It's probably because I ate the camera, didn't I? Well, you didn't exactly eat the camera, you knocked the security camera off. It's more like it. Yeah. Justified. Well, last night, while I was smoking, there was another cat. And I'm gonna find out there is a cat that's upstairs, my upstairs neighbor. Yeah, upstairs neighbor. I know there was a cat there. And Caprice, ever since the move to the first floor, Caprice has been thinking these security cameras are toys, and they're not. But I think she's trying to tell me something. See, that's right there. That's where I saw that cat. So I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out that little kitty's name. It is the 16th.
Indiana EBT customer service. You enter the last 4 digits of your card number. Please enter your PIN. Your staff balance is $124. Your cash balance is...
Yeah. 164. Caprice. What? What is it? What do you need? What you need? You got dry food right there. She's not gonna get wet food today. Why not? Playing too rough with Brianna. Really? Yeah. Yeah. I told you. When Brianna got pregnant, you can't be mean to her, okay? And you did. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, she's almost 37 weeks pregnant. Well, even though she's 37 weeks pregnant, Caprice, Still can't do that. What are you looking at, Caprice? Caprice, what are you looking at? Hey. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking out the damn window, Ava. Well, Caprice. Yeah. Yeah. Don't be surprised if I purr. Yeah. 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 Hey, Caprice, what are you doing? Caprice, look at me. Look at me, kitty. Psst, 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 psst. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. 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 Yeah, glad things are finally back to normal, Ava. Might have taken you a goddamn year, but still. What you had to go through? The 2 back spasms? The heart attack back in April? I know, Caprice, I know. You might want to check on Ella.
Yeah. Ugh. Damn. Oh shit, what the?
Ella, what are you doing?
Were you paying attention? To a water dish, Ava? Fill it up. Please.
You're right. Alright. 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 Come on, 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 come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come the fuck on. Dick. I know, girls. Yeah. All right, there you go, Ella. Yeah. Well, it's that time of the month. And Caprice, what are you doing? Hey. Kitty, what are you doing? What are you doing, Kitty? And don't eat any more cameras, Kitty. I mean it, okay? Try not to eat any more cameras. Okay. I want to come. No, Ellie, you're not going with me. And neither are you, Caprice. Ah, shit. I know. That's because the store doesn't allow pets. Unless you're a service for animals. but you're not. And there's a reason why you're not service animals. It didn't apply for that.
Well, you should.
Ella, I can't. I'm not doing that, okay? That's a shame. That's a bloody shame, Ava. I know, but it's the rules, Caprice and Ella. Yeah.
Caprice and Ella returns in a moment with the aftermath of this story.
Hello. Yes, can I ask a few questions about the apartment on Park Street?
What was your name?
My name is Juan Hernandez.
It's been rented.
Oh, it's gone. Hello, my name is Sanjay Kumar. I am calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It's not available.
Not available? Hello, my name is Tyrone Washington. I'm calling about the apartment on Park Street.
Just been rented.
Hello, I am Chen Ling. My name is Khalid bin Ali. I'm Tuan Vo. Hello, my name is Moshe Goldberg. I use a wheelchair. It's gone. Not available. All right. Thank you. Yes, hello, my name is Graham Wellington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street. Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Really?
Housing discrimination is illegal. If you think you've been a victim because of your race, color, national origin, sex, religion, disability, or family status, call us. Fair housing. It's not an option. It's the law.
Brandon the bullying maintenance guy was reprimanded, and either Hank Cash or George Williamston laid down what is acceptable behavior and what is not acceptable behavior around Ava, Caprice, Ella, and to a lesser extent, Brianna, as Brianna is not on Ava's lease. He admitted to Hank to as follows: "Yeah, I did disability shamed and bullied Ava. I didn't know she was injured when she moved into Gulfview." Hank then replied, "I understand it is one thing to effectively enforce a lease, but bullying and being rude is not the way to handle it. There are other options, and what you did to Ava is not one of them." Ava spent a majority of June, July, and August 2023 getting things back together to where they were prior to her lease at Black Pine Flats not being renewed, but applied them to Gulfview Apartments. Much of Caprice and Ella also revolves around Ava's desire to do the right thing compared to much of the rest of the people around her who would rather cheat, lie or exploit. However, the people who try to take advantage of Ava tend to regret it because Ava is tougher and a lot shrewder than they thought. Caprice revealed that she hissed at Brandon a total 214 times and puffed her tail 40 times between November 2022 and May 2023. She adjusted more positively as she only hissed 5 times since June 2023. Ella has also improved, albeit the lack of funds prevented her vaccinations to lapse from June to August 2023. Brianna moved from New Haven to the Far East Side of Fort Wayne in July 2023 after 7 years in New Haven, and spent most of 2023 getting 2 cribs, diapers, baby formula, baby supplies, and baby gates, the latter of which Ava still needs to obtain. Caprice and Ella return on Monday with new episodes in time before the 2023 Major League Baseball playoffs. Join us Monday. Because after Caprice and Ella, everything else Ava's in does is just TV news, broadcast journalism, and making fictionalized works.
Good night, and may Fort Wayne's good news be yours.